So till the time we are pretty good with the installation of and configuration of our Android into our Eclipse. Now moving on to the next step. The next step here is we have to configure and deploy the TestNG framework into our Android. Means that now we need to configure the TestNG into our Eclipse. So similarly we'll be going to the help section. From help we'll be going to install new software. This would be the similar pattern that we have already done for your Android. Similarly, like we'll be adding it the TestNG framework. Like I have added this one. Similarly, you click over add button because for you this will not come at start. You need to click over add and in the name just write TestNG and here you need to write http colon and then it has to be beused.com/eclipse. Okay, and then just click over the add button. Okay, after clicking over add button, just TestNG will start configuring. Look, for me it is pretty installed, but you need to check this checkbox and just go for next and then the finish button so that you have pretty TestNG installed in your system. So after installing TestNG, what you can do is you can just go for a restart of your Eclipse. You may just go to your file and you have option of refresh here. First of all refresh it and then file and restart it. Okay, so if you are restarting it, it will ensure that all your data is properly being configured and you have everything with you. So restarting would be a good option. So after you are done with the restarting, now you are pretty done with your TestNG also. Now what we need to do is we need to install pretty more softwares, like we will be installing now Nodejs and the .NET framework, because this Node.js would be bundled with your npm and this would be used to trigger your Appium server, because down the line we have to also download and install the Appium server also. Fine. So till the time it restarts, what we can do is we can download more set of softwares like .NET framework and TestNG. Okay, if we'll come to our presentation also, let me open it. Okay, you could see that now we need to go to this install Node.js. We'll be also doing this and then we'll be configuring the developer mode in our phone after TestNG, after restarting your Eclipse, because now okay, my Eclipse has restarted. Look, now my Eclipse is in such a mode and my system is pretty ready so that my device could be easily detected. Okay, okay, this is something else. I've changed some settings for Java. You won't be getting it. Now the next step that I need to do is, yeah, this is the same warning message that we have already discussed in the starting also. So simply ignore it. You don't need to worry about, because this is just a warning message. This is not any error. Now moving on to the next step. Let me go here and install more set of softwares. Now let's go to Google and write here download Appium. So first of all we'll be downloading our Appium. So let's go to the website of our Appium. Look, this is appium.io is your official website where your Appium and everything is present. So you may simply come here, go to the download section and click out this link, Appium desktop for OO. Okay, now this is a 1.9.1 version. Look, this DMG is for your Mac and for your Windows you have your exe. Okay, so this is the Appium desktop setup 1.9.1.exe. You need to install this one. It's 91.7 MB. Okay, ensure that you are installing this one. Don't install any other software. This is the main that you need to install. So simply download it. It is as good as downloading any software, and simply install it, because you don't need to configure Appium. We will be configuring the data inside the Appium, like we have already discussed about the desired capabilities. We will be injecting those desired capabilities inside the Appium, but right now it's just important to have your Appium more handy with you. So just click over it and you're good to have Appium with you. Okay. So after downloading and installing Appium, your next step would be, okay, along with the Appium, along with downloading of Appium, what you can do here is you can come back, same page, appium.io downloads, because as we are using the Java as a language, so you can click over Java here. Just click over Java and you'll be able to download the Appium library or Appium client for your Java. This client is very important. Okay, if you'll click over download button here, you'll get the option of jar, java doc.jar, pom or sources. So right now we need the jar, so click over the jar here so that you have this appium.io, because down the line when you will be using your Appium driver, your mobile drivers, mobile element, everything is being encapsulated in Appium jar only. Because what we'll be doing is we'll be using Selenium jars as well as Appium jars. Okay, Selenium jars will give us the access to the Selenium elements, whereas your Appium jars will give us the access to the Appium specific elements. So download this jar. So after downloading this jar, just keep this jar with you. Now this will go to seleniumhq.org, the official website of Selenium, where you could we will be downloading the jar specific to Selenium. Go to the download button. If you'll move down, you could see here Java. Okay, and click over download button. So when you'll click over this download button, you'll get the set of jars present here. All the jars would be here for you. Okay, what you need to do is you just need to keep this Selenium jars and the Appium jars at a single place, because we'll be using all these jars along with our code. Okay, so now moving back, now you are good with your Appium. We have Appium, we have Appium jars. If I come back here, just give me a second. So if I press here, you have your Appium. First of all, you have Android SDK. We have configured it, we have downloaded, we have done Android Studio, and it's already been configured in Eclipse. Then configure it. Okay, after that Java, configure it. Java is also configured. After your Java, you have your Eclipse, configure Android, test ng init. After that, you need to download Appium jars, Selenium jars, Appium setup, okay, the Appium setup would be there. After your Appium setup, the next thing that we'll be doing here is we'll be downloading node, downloading and installing Nodejs and .NET framework. Okay, then detecting the device. The last step would be that our Appium should detect our device. Okay, so this will pretty complete our installation. So we are good with all this stuff, Appium setup. Now we need to download and install Node.js and .NET framework. So if I come back here, download Node.js and npm. So I'll go to this first link. Okay, this is also the link. Look, when you come to this link, this link is just the installation of your npm, because mostly people say me that, like, when I talk about npm and node, why cannot I install separately, that there would be a separate chamber for your npm and separate chamber for node.js. But this is all about your command line, that will be using command line tools. Here in this case, you'll simply get a file, okay, that you can simply download. So depending upon your Windows, like it's 32-bit or 64-bit, you may download any. Because mine is 64-bit, so just go to the first link, nodejs.org en download. Okay, and in this link you could easily download this 64-bit. Okay, why we are downloading this Node.js and npm? Because like in the next section we'll be talking about this stuff, like why we have installed, why we have downloaded this. Because down the line we are using it because uh, in the future stage what we'll be doing is we'll be sending the data. Sending data means that, like, we'll be making a desired capability chamber and that will be injecting into our Appium server. And how that injection will take place, this will help to inject the data. Fine, like this npm and node would be acting as a bridge. Fine, but right now we'll be only focusing over the downloading, so that we are good with the downloading part, and we are able to configure everything into our system. So just download it. After downloading it, excuse me, we'll come back and let's download our .NET Framework 4.5. So go to the .NET website. This is a Microsoft website. So here we'll be simply downloading the framework. Let's move down. You have a simple option of download here. Click here, download it, and install it. Look, Node and this .NET and your Appium. Okay, this is as good as installing any exe that you might have installed. Like suppose any media player or anything that you have, any software like any antivirus. When you download, it's with the exe file, because it's a Windows. You just double click it and it start installing. It's same process. You don't need to configure these stuff. These are not meant for the configuration. These are only meant for your downloading. That's it. So now moving a step ahead, after we are done with the downloading, like if I come, okay, if I come back, we are good with everything. Now the last thing that we are left is detecting the device, like whether my system is able to detect the device or not. Now this is pretty important at this point, whether really my system is able to detect it or not. And if it is able to detect, this means that we are pretty good till our setup stuff. We are able to set up our Appium properly. So moving to here, we need, like, similar, if you want my device to be detected by my system, I need to use certain set of software. Okay, any third-party tool or something like that, so that my device is easily detected. So now what I can do here is I'll download here, download Droid screen. Okay, so you have this link. So here what I can do is, in the download page, just download 1.2 beta file. Okay, so after downloading this beta file, what you can simply do is, let me download my file first of all. So let me click over this link. Keep it. Just a second, guys. So now the next thing what we'll be doing here is we have this Droid screen with us. We click over it. So what this will do is let it open. So look, you could see my real device. This is my real device, and let me go here. Look, this is a real device. Now, how my real device is coming here after this is just a third-party tool so that I could show you the real device. Now, what you need to do is, in order to configure the real device, just go to the settings. So I'll click here. I'll go over the settings, move down, click over the setting button. Okay, and now search about phone. Search about phone. Click over about phone, and you have a build number at the bottom. Click over this build number 7 times. So while you'll be clicking over it 7 times, you'll get a message, now you are a developer. I'm getting no need, you are already a developer because I am already configured as a developer. Fine. So clicking over this 7 times will ensure that now I am into a developer mode. Now come back and search about developer options. When you press developer options, you have this developer options. Go to your developer options and activate this developer option at the top. Even this, activate this stay awake option, and when you move down, you have an option of your USB debugging. So what you need to do is you just need to enable this USB debugging also. So after enabling this USB debugging, just unplug your device and plug it again, and then go to your Eclipse. So after going to your Eclipse, you have this window of open perspective. Click over this open perspective and you have an option of DDMS. Click over this DDMS button and you could see this new window where there would be a devices, and in this device you could see your device. Okay, this is the device and this is coming as online. Look, this is important. This is unknown means the maker of my phone is unknown. That's pretty fine, but this has to be online and this is a number. One more way to check your device is go to command prompt and write ADB devices, and you will see the list of devices attached, and this is my device pretty attached, and this number is pretty same with the device that is coming here. So this ensures that your device is properly configured and you are on track for your Appium. Okay, and one thing what you can do here is you can simply run your Appium. Okay, I'm just starting my Appium because I have already downloaded it, like we discussed earlier also. Just download your Appium and configure it. That is important. So we are just trying to open that Appium one. So this will kind of complete our every step. Look, everything is done. The last one is start Appium. Okay, just start your Appium once and check whether you are able to open it. Okay, if you are able to do it, then you are good to go. So let's wait, let me do it again. This will take some time to load. Okay, so let it load properly. Let it start. So now, okay, 2 instances of Appium have been opened. Let's close one and open this one. So look, when you click over your Appium, this window will come. In this, ensure that the host number has to be 0.0.0.0 and the port number has to be 4723. Okay, after configuring your host and port, just click over your start server. Look, you're getting a message, welcome to the Appium 1.8.1 Appium REST HTTP interface. Listener started on 0.0.04723. This means that you're good to go. Your all the things are on track. You're able to start your Appium, and now you're good to run your sample test. So guys, do follow all these steps sequentially so that you are able to configure Appium, you are able to start Appium. So that's all with the configuration and installation of your Appium. So happy coding.